Hello guys, and thanks for joining me. This has been a long awaited video. I've had a lot of requests for me to do this video, and here it is. So today I'm going to give you a comprehensive breakdown of what Forsage is, how it works, and why you need to be getting involved. Okay, so we're just going to go with it straight off the top. So those who are aware, Forsage is a decentralized smart contract. The purpose of this smart contract is as an international crowdfunding platform, and it is on 2 blockchains. So if anyone who's already seen my my video about what is cryptocurrency, this basically leads you on to this. So Forsage is a smart contract on 2 separate blockchains, 2 separate cryptocurrency blockchains. The first being the Ethereum blockchain, which is the #2 cryptocurrency on the planet. And then the second on the Tron blockchain, which is currently sitting around number 12 on the list of all blockchains and cryptocurrencies. So let's just go through the landing page and show you what Forsage developers say about this amazing project. So decentralized marketing is powered by revolutionary smart contract technology. The code for Forsage smart contract can be seen here. So if we click into this, just showed you the transparency by the developers. Now this is called Etherscan. Etherscan is the program where you can see all the goings on a particular blockchain. This one is for the Ethereum blockchain, hence the name Etherscan. We also have one for the Tron blockchain called TronScan, and any other blockchains that have this type of capability will also have their own type of scanning program where you can go into the blockchain and see where everything is. So this is what gives you the transparency. If you're new to this, it'll make a bit more sense to you later, but transparency is key when it comes to blockchain technologies. Okay, so let's go back to this main page. So you can be completely confident in the security and long-term operation of this project. So just a little bit more about blockchain. So blockchains are basically internet over the internet. So once a blockchain is created, it basically runs alongside the internet, but it has its own chain. It's like a separate internet, yeah? But obviously the original internet was here first. So blockchains are additional layers of internet. And as we move forward in the next few years, you're going to hear a lot of talk of the Internet of Things. And this is where, as corporations push towards getting everything digital, including governments pushing towards getting everything digital, they need these blockchain technologies to be able to facilitate 5G, driverless cars, linking your home to your car, to your phone, to your watch, and all this other integration of technology that we're going through. And what we're going to see is going to become a way of life in the next 10 to 15 years, if not sooner. So what the developers say: zero risk. On February the 6th, 2020, Forsage developers deployed a self-executing smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain that exists in perpetuity and cannot be modified by any entry. So this is a true fact of blockchain smart contracts. Once they are uploaded, they cannot be edited or modified. This is just the nature of blockchain. So blockchains work with mathematical equations called calligraphy. So these are very complicated mathematical equations. And on the blockchain, each not only transaction, but each entry of data is in a block. Now these blocks have to be verified before the block can be completed. So the blocks are usually verified by miners, and this network of miners is spread all across the globe, all across the Internet of Things. And so you'll have a miner in San Francisco verifying one part of the block, and you may have a miner in Beijing verifying another part of the block. Now, these two miners do not know each other. They do not know they're working on the same block. Only when the code and the transaction is verified can the block be completed, and then another block will start. Hence the term blockchain. So you end up having a chain of completed blocks, which cannot be reversed and cannot be edited. If the block is not verified, then the transaction fails. And this is how blockchain works. So, immutability of conditions. The Forsage smart contract is nothing more than a payment gateway that facilitates peer-to-peer commission payments between participants. Transparency and anonymity. The smart contract is public. As we can see, it's on the blockchain. You can see all the transactions, all the goings on. Anyone can see the code and the entire transaction history. This guarantees the integrity of the system and real project statistics. Instant transactions. The profit routes from other members directly into the personal wallet. There is no hoarding in the system. The income belongs only to you. So if you need an explanation of that, it's peer-to-peer. Everything is peer-to-peer. There is no centralized third party who your payments go to, who has to make a decision where it's going. So if you're in the Forsage smart contract and you open up a level, that transaction is going to be automatically executed on the blockchain, and it will land straight in another person's wallet who that payment is supposed to go to. There's no third party, there's no banker, there's no one holding your money, there's no government checking your money. It's just straight decentralized. So on to the next one. There are no managers or administrators. There are only creators who are equal participants in the project like everyone else. And finally, this is 100% online. All funds are transferred between members. There are no hidden fees. The contract balance is always at zero because nobody holds the money other than the participants. So that is the developer's breakdown of what Forsage is. And for me, having been in Forsage for like 6 months now, that is 100% true. That is how it works. But I know for some of you beginners, I'm gonna have to give you a deeper explanation of how this program works. Okay, so I know that everyone is aware of crowdfunding. There's various different types of crowdfunding ventures out there, and this is just one of them. This is another one. This is very new because it's on new technology, but the concept is the same. What I will do now is log in, and we're going to log into Ethereum. All right, so here we are inside my Forsage Ethereum account, and we can have a look at this and start to explain to you how it goes. So Forsage, once you enter this program, you can see you have a number of slots. Each slot is a level, and these are the prices of each level. So the prices here are in the denomination of the cryptocurrency which we are using on this platform. On this platform, this is Ethereum. So the price of level 1 is 0.025. The price of level 2 is 0.05. The price of level 3 is 0.1. And what you'll quickly see is that the price doubles every level. So every level going up, the price doubles, the price doubles, the price doubles. And we have that on 2 programs. We have X3, which is your direct participants, and X4, which are your indirect and payments from the system. So let me just quickly tell you how X3 works, and then I'm gonna give you some other breakdowns and explanation. So X3, for argument's sake, if I open X level 1 and I bring 3 of my friends along, they will fill up these dots. So my first friend will go there onto the first dot, my second friend will go there, And then my third person will recycle my level, bring it back to blank like these ones are. And that payment will go up to the person who referred me and got me involved. And that will be their payment from me for getting me in. Okay? And this is how the X3 program works. It writes straight on direct referrals. Okay? The X4 program, on the other hand, works on community work. Okay? And the payments are laid out differently. So you now have 6 dots in this one. Your first 2 payments go up into the system. So these will go to people who are in the system before you. And this is your way of helping to feed the system. This is your contribution. Your next 3 payments, 1, 2, 3, will come directly to your wallet, whether it's on your laptop, your desktop, or your phone. These payments will come directly to you. There's no issues. You just, if you got the notifier bot, you'll get a message saying that you've been paid 100, 200, 3,000, whatever, however many dollars or pounds it is in Ethereum. That will come directly into your wallet. And then your last payment, once again, recycles. This is what this is. So every one of these is your recycle. That's how many times this level has been completed. So this will recycle, refresh, come back to 0, blank, no dots, and you'll start again. Okay. Now the thing with the X4 program is, as I said, this is the community program. This is the one where you can get payments from people above you, people below you, based on the amount of work that you are actually doing. So the system seems to figure out who's doing the most work, how active each account is, and then it starts placing additional payments to where it feels those are deserved. And that's why a lot of people come in and just go straight for the X4 program. You can see I did both. I've gone up to level 9 on my X3, but I've gone to level 12 and completed the program on my X4. So now I want to tell you a bit more about Forsage as a long-term project, as a long-term investment. So as you can see from here, I've already amassed 41,000. Actually, it's been more than that because the price of Ether has gone down. So I mean, at the most, at its height, it was about $59,000. That's when Ethereum was approaching $500 a coin. It is 370 now, so that's why my price is reflected as 41,000. So the thing with Forsage, when you open these levels, you buy these levels and you have them for life. You never have to purchase these levels again. And this is why this is a brilliant long-term business opportunity and a long-term crowdfunding opportunity. So let me just give you an example on level 8 here. So if you can see on level 8, I currently have 5 of the 6 dots. The next dot will recycle, and you can see that I've already recycled this level once. So when I recycle, I will go on to it'll be the 3rd time that I'm using level 8. Okay, and what you can see there, as we know, there's 6 dots on each level, and only 4 of my people have got there. So if only 4 of my people have got there, that means I could only have 1, 2, 3, 4 dots here. But this is dot 11. The next one will be dot 12. So if you just do the quick maths, I have received payments from somewhere else, which is not just from my 4 people that I've managed to get to level 8. And this is where the system starts paying you out. So if we look down here at the key at the bottom, you've got partners invited by you. You can see that there. You got bottom overflow. You can see one there. You got overflow from up. You see that there. And you got partners who are ahead of his inviter. So that will be his or her inviter. So that means someone could have joined the program 2-3 months after me. brought in by someone that I brought in. And if they've gone ahead, let's say the person that brought them in stopped at level 8, but they're working hard and they pushed up to level 9, then they will jump the person and they'll show up on my screen. But there's no one, I've got no purples. But what you can see is I have payments from above and below. And this is when we talk about payments being generated by the system, and the system allocating payments to you based on how much work your account is doing, either how much levels you're open or how much people you have brought in. So if we just go back and look here, so you can see like there's a number of dots here which are from people that I've brought in. But you can also see there's a number of dots and payments that I'm receiving from the system. So if you remember when I explained to you how this works, the first 2 dots go up into the system. These will be randomly allocated to someone else. These 3 dots here will come to your wallet. And the 3rd dot goes up as a recycle to the person who signed you. Yeah. So every time these 2 dots are filled on someone's account, they are feeding the system. So they can end up anywhere. They can end up above or below. And as you see here, I've got bottom overflow. So these dots have come from people below me in the structure. And these dots have come from people above me in the structure. And this is what makes the X4 program so excellent, because unlike X3, where it's purely on your direct referral, purely on your work, X4, the community pays you. So, and this is what makes it much better if you're working as a team. And I'll explain to you the best way that we figured out how to build a team over the last 6 months that we've been involved in this. But definitely when you're working in a team and everyone's moving to the same levels and putting in the same work at the same time, it helps everybody generate more dots, more spillover, and ultimately you earn more money. The best way we have described, the best way we've found to build this project is by the power of 3. So it's nothing to do with the X3 program, where we're basing our theory on the X4 program. And if you jump in and you come to level 8, for example, level 9, and you bring your 3 main people, and the way I see it, everybody has a phone book, and everybody should have at least 3 people that you know that you could share an idea like this with. And if you bring those 3 people and you get them to do the same as you, so if I came in at level 9, or let's say even say level 12, I came in at level 12 and I got 3 people to come in at level 12, my first 3 people would fill 1, 2. So those 2 dots, which will go into the system, and the 3rd one will give me the money back. Yeah, so that will be my first payment, but that will give me all the money back that I've spent to open this level. Now, from there, you help the 3 people that you brought in build their free structure. So I've got my money back. Now I want to ensure that the people that I've got involved are able to get their money back. So I wouldn't necessarily concentrate on getting more people in. All my concentration will be on the people that I've brought in already, those 3, and getting them to the same place that I'm at. Now, once those 3 people have done that and got their 3 people in and got their 3 dots, they will now teach their 3 people how to do the same. Now, if everyone teaches their 3 people how to do this, your system builds, and you're building by the power of 3. By the time you're 3 levels deep, 3 generations or 3 referral lines deep, you'll see that you're actually seeing some really good results, because not only are you helping the people to build, but you're building your structure, and your structure is expanding by 3 every time. The more in your structure, the more spillover is going to be generated by the system, and the more payments you are going to receive. So this is basically crowdfunding on steroids, but on the blockchain. Yeah. And this is what makes it a totally viable program. One of the questions that I have a lot of people say to me and ask me about is pyramid schemes. So I want to bring this up and mention it now in this video because I think it's very relevant, and I think it's one of the big questions that people like to ask. Is it a pyramid? Looks like a pyramid, smells like a pyramid, sounds like a pyramid. And my answer usually is, I ask them what they do and they'll tell me they have a job. And I'll usually turn around at that point and say to them, okay, so you're in a pyramid scheme. At which point they usually look at me kind of confused. And then I have to break down to them what a pyramid scheme is. So in a pyramid scheme or a pyramid structure, because there's many things that can have a pyramid structure. And if you look at the whole of your life is a pyramid structure. The hierarchy in your family is a pyramid structure. Let's just say your parents are at the top with the grandparents above them. You can never be older than your grandparents. So you can never be above them. You can never be older than your parents. You can never be above them. You're always going to be on this third line down. And then when you have kids, they'll go below you. And this is how this pyramid will continue to build. And as the kids have more kids, it will build outwards. And the top will be a point. So you've got grandparents, 2 of them, 4 parents, 4 sets of parents, because you've got parents on each side, mother and father. Then you and your siblings, and then your siblings' kids and your kids. And this is going to build down in a nice pyramid. Yeah, that's one example of just life structure in general. And then we can look at your job. So your boss sits at the top. He's a CEO. You and all your other, so he's going to have all these levels of managers and directors below him, all making this this shape, coming down towards you, who's down at this bottom line here, who is the worker, who's doing all the work, whatever your job may be, driving a van, playing football, making something in a factory, but you're down here at this bottom tier of this thing that looks strangely like a pyramid, okay? And all this money is going to filter up to the top, to your boss, who is going to take his massive cut, because this is not decentralized. He is the centralizing figure. He's going to take his cut, and he's going to pay you off what you deserve at the bottom, or what he thinks you deserve. And if you're lucky, you get to keep your job for 30, 40 years and then retire after paying for his children to go to private school, for his lovely holidays and all this stuff. All the money goes to the top. Another example of pyramid is the schooling system. So you've got your headmaster, you've got your teachers, you've got your head of years, you've got your head of departments, and then you've got your single subject teachers, then you've got the students. Pyramid once again. And if you look at your government, you have the prime minister, you have his cabinet, then you have the MPs, then you've got the House of Parliament, then you've got the MPs, and then you've got the citizens at the bottom of the pyramid. So if you can find anything that is not a pyramid structure, then do that. But as much as this may have a structure of a pyramid, as you see, it's just a pretty common structure, really. What sets this apart from being a pyramid scheme is that it's decentralized. And typically what happens in pyramid schemes, which are actually called Ponzi schemes. So the pyramid is just a noun for describing how the structure is. But the actual scam part is the Ponzi scam, where all these investors' money will head up to this main centralized person or company or figures at the top, and usually the investors never get anything back. So based on what I've explained to you about how Forsage works on the blockchain already, you know that it's already decentralized. So there is no singular person who handles your money. So anyone that you bring into this system, their payments can only go to you or the system to be distributed to other people in the system. Yeah. So there's once again, decentralized. There's no central figure who's holding your money. All your money comes directly to your app, to your wallet, to you. And the other thing about Ponzi pyramid schemes is positions cannot change. So if we go back to this purple dot there, a partner who is ahead of inviter. So in a pyramid or a Ponzi scam, that is not possible. Like, the person at the top stays at the top, no one can pass them, all the money is always going to flow up to them. So what I'm going to show you here, a perfect example of why your individual effort in something like Forsage is going to really determine what you earn. So as we say, if we look here and we see that my balance is at $41,318, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go take a look at my partners. Okay, so if we look at my partners, you can see there's, well, we already know from there's 19 of them. And I want you to have a look down here so we can see the different amounts my different partners have made. Some have made none, 2,000, 6,000, 1,000, 5,000. I mean, I clearly did a lot more than most of my partners, but if we look down here at this partner here, we got to level 12 on both levels. I got to level 12 and 9. He's made $208,484. And this is someone that I introduced to the program. So, I mean, this just goes to show that there is no real hierarchy. I mean, when you come in under whoever told you about it. But whatever you do, however hard you go or however well you perform, you're going to get paid based on what you've done. Now, I've only made that amount, as you can see there. And this partner who I've sold has done over 4 times what I've been able to achieve. So that's an example of why, another example of why it's a safe project. And no matter where you jump in, your work is going to determine what you make. The second part of Forsage, which is on the Tron blockchain, and this is the one that started 5 weeks ago. So as we can see, the one that I started in May, I started this one. I made that amount. And on the one that I started 5 weeks ago, I've made $6,009 over the 3 programs. So we've got X3 again, which I've opened to level 8. We've got X4, which I've opened to level 9. And then we've got X Gold, which I've opened to level 10. So X Gold is the latest version, which just offers you more payment opportunities. So if you can see, the X3 and X4 are pretty much the same as the Ethereum contract version. Let's go over and look at that. Main panel. So you can see the setup is the same. X3, 3 dots. X4, 6 dots. X3, 3 dots. X4, 6 dots. And then we look at X Gold. So there you have 30 positions in each box. So that's 30 payments that you can get from each slot that you open. So if we compare that, we know that on the original projects, you've only got 6. Now you've got 30. So for the same price of opening these slots, you can get 30 payments back. And this is just an amazing opportunity. Once again, Forsage is a gift that keeps on giving. And you can actually see that I've actually made more on X Gold in a week than I've made on the other 2 parts of the program. And that's just by the virtue of how many payments you're able to obtain on each level. So, and I've still got another 16 to receive. I mean, this is just crazy. This is absolutely crazy. As I've said before, once you open your levels, your levels are open indefinitely for life. There's no closing of levels. You continuously earn off of these levels. I'm still getting paid off Ethereum project, and now I'm getting paid off the Tron project as well. And I build all of the projects at the same time. And I'll just give you an example. I spoke to someone called me a few days ago because they wanted to jump into this X Gold. They saw one of my videos and they've contacted me, said wanting to get into X Gold. They told me that they was on the Ethereum version of Forsage a few months ago and that they had left it. And the first thing I said to that person is, well, you know that your Ethereum's still there, right? Like, you might have left it, but it's not gone anywhere. You can leave it and come back in a year's time and start rebuilding, like, and start earning again. Like, you're never gonna have to stop earning. The only time your earnings stop is when you stop. And then when you restart again, if that's a year's time or 2 years' time, the platform's there for you to continuously earn off of this program for life. So let's give a daydream scenario, something that's like that you just love to have happen. Let's say, for example, I had to go and work in Canada, for example, for a year, and while I was over there, I totally forgot about Forsage. And then I don't know, 6 months into my stay, I've pulled out my phone or my laptop and I've seen, oh my God, I've got Forsage here, and now I'm in a new country and I've got a whole new bunch of contacts that I can introduce to this program. I could get going there and then. There's no need for me to re-register. It's all there. It's all there on the blockchain. None of it can be edited. All I'd literally need to do is start going to work and telling people about Forsage, bringing them in, showing them how to use the power of free, and showing them how to get the people they bring in to understand and use the power of free. And I'll be earning all over again from another country, another year, just getting money off of Forsage. So that's why Forsage is a brilliant long-term project, long-term investment, and you're simply going to get out of it what you put in. Some people, have you seen on my partner list, I had partners that haven't made a single dollar, but then they've not done anything. And then I've got a partner who's made, at the height, it was $250,000, and he's done a lot. So that's the beauty of the project. That's how it works. That's your pros and cons. Well, there are no cons. The only cons is if you don't do anything. And even if you don't do anything, you've got a chance of getting paid just by the system anyway. And then the one last thing that I'd also like to show people about Forsage, this is something that is very new, that we only found out about last week. And that is the new Forsage ecosystem. So when Forsage first started, it was just a smart contract. When it first started in February, it was just a smart contract. It was just this. And then because of the success of this project, which has since February the 6th has paid out $323 million, a second project was developed on the Tron blockchain, which, as I said, been open just over a month. That one has already paid out $26 million. Of that, I've only got 6,000 of, but by my standards, that's a good return for a month. Then they created the X Gold version. And then the developers have moved on to produce a white paper. Now, anybody who's in the crypto field will know that white papers come with serious projects. Serious projects all have white papers. And depending on what field you work in general, you'll know that white papers are used in government. They're usually used at very high level proposals for something major that's about to happen. So Forsage has created a white paper, and this white paper is to support the Forsage Royal Society token. So Forsage now has its own token, its own crypto token, its own coin. These are still early days. We've just been awarded. Everyone who's been involved early, we've all been given a whole lot of tokens. There's 2.9 billion tokens that have been created. I have been awarded a lovely 2.3 million tokens, and that's because of the levels that I've opened up. So obviously on the first Forsage I've already completed. On the X4 I've got to level 12. On the second Forsage I'm at level 9, and on the third Forsage I'm at level 10. And because of my positions and where I am, I have been awarded 2.3 million tokens. At the time of the video being recorded, that is worth $1,400. And I'll be leaving those because I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to come in the Forsage new ecosystem, and these tokens have not just been produced for no reason. So I've got no doubt that these tokens will continue to gain value as the project continues to grow, and this has just incentivized more people to get into the program, because essentially you're getting money back straight away for opening your levels, and that can never be a bad thing. To have an investment and get an ROI straight away, that's always going to make investors smile. So this will conclude my breakdown of what Forsage is, why you should do it, and just how much of a good program it is as a long-term investment rather than just a short-term. I mean, there's definite short-term gains to be had, and you can see I've made decent amounts of money in quite short periods of time. And if you just imagine what this could do in another year, another 2 years. So, I mean, I'm in, and I'm just glad that I'm in early. And I still think it's early days to get in. I mean, considering one of the projects is the second project is only a month old, and then one of them's only a week old. I got into the original Forsage when it was 3 months old. So it doesn't really matter what time you get in. It's how serious you're gonna commit to making this money and changing your financial outcome. I mean, Forsage has definitely offered me a lot of freedom, and it's definitely paid me out very well for the work that I've put in, and I'll continue to promote and push this project. So my advice to anybody who's wanting to look for another avenue of work, especially in these very, very, very precarious times where people are losing their jobs, people are going on furlough, and in all honesty, your pounds, dollars, and euros are losing value day by day. Day by day that you have it sitting in a bank, it's losing value. This, if you get your head straight and know what you want to do, this could be a gateway to a new future for you. So with that said, I'm going to round this up, and please leave any comments or suggestions in the comments below. If you want to get into the Forsage program, there are other videos on how you can set up your wallet. You can also email or WhatsApp me, and I'll take you through how to get involved. Okay, so happy hunting. I hope that this all makes sense to you, and take care.